Hello again. I just wanted to introduce you to the YouCAD project. This is where we're going to create our own software using ColorForce and using the Pentium to create our own computer-aided software design software. This project will be ongoing, and everyone is invited to join, to submit code, to make critique. But to go along with the project that we're already started, the C.MooreMath project here, it's getting, I've done a little extra work here. It's getting a little boring for me. What have we shown so far? Well, clearly, we've changed the man's name into code. We've shown that it doesn't hurt to have to start a red definition and to include in that definition white words, magenta words, yellow words. It may not be the case if I put a return after these two yellow words. We'll have to look into that in the near future. We've shown words falling into words. That happens with clear, falls into main memory set, and then set falls into get, so that it does the same thing that our stack does. We see that is falls into s, or mid-space, is and as. What's that? Is in several languages, I hope. Gone and written the word black screen text, and you notice it's defined as blank text. If we put the cursor behind the word blank and hit the D key for the definition of blank, we brought to the 28th block where blank is defined, and so is everything else relating to logo. Plus I've got quite a few other words on here and a rearrangement of just about everything on the block to make it more useful. Here's my shortcut for empty. It's just an M and a T. If you'll notice on the keyboard, there's M, T, MT, which does empty, and then it's on its way up to C, which does clear, and then back down to T, which starts my editor back up. So these are the ballistic moves that I'm talking about, and that's something I wanted to get into. When you're executing force code in the ColorForce environment, you stand a chance on crashing. Something a musician knows about crashing is that you cannot crash during performance. You must perform perfectly. And in order to do that, what musicians do is we rehearse. This is the whole purpose for the ballistic moves and for the math program that we were coding earlier. And I'll show you in great detail what I've done with that math program over the years. I've turned it into many, many programs and used it in many programs. And rather than debug later, a musician can't debug a song after the performance, little more than argue with his bandmates about what should have happened. But a rehearsal takes care of all that. And in ColorForce, you can turn on some words that will allow you to rehearse code before you even write it. And then you will write error-free code. You notice that my empty falls into logo. That's my new statement. Empty falls into logo. I've been staring at it for years and never noticed that empty falls into logo. Okay, so there it is. Logo's redefined a little bit because I generalized. I use this a lot. The two combination of at and box together. At will set where the. Remember we talked about the word text. Text sets where the X and Y positions of the print cursor will go, and then it'll change the color to white. Well, it uses at to do that, and you can give at a set of coordinates, and at that location it'll take the at coordinates and start the box, the top left corner, and then box will accept the bottom right corner. And then it'll display a solid box on your screen. We can show some of that later. The logo is using some stuff I've got on block 78. I can turn that on or off. If I turn it off and hit empty, and then I type warm, you'll notice all the words that are on block 78 have disappeared off the screen. My current logo does what does it do? Oh, I can add debug if I want to, some debugging information. Oh, it does a shadow of the text, and so that's why I've done some shortcuts of these words here. I've always wanted to remove 5x out of the system. This is something that Chuck used originally to print the two words color and forth. It was the only words he was printing in logo at the time. And so, or emitting, using a for loop to emit. Unfortunately, I find too many uses for it. I'm always printing 5-letter words, and so I left it. But I've hijacked it as well. So for to emit print, I just stuck this in there, and then for a single emit, it's just PR. The word color falls into it. It sets an @ first and falls into 5 print, and then fourth sets 5, goes to 5 print as well. And then shadow does this twice, so it sends 23 to color, which is red, and then green fourth, and then it sends 25 to color, red fourth. And so that's how I did the shadows. The different block shadows are all done in logo itself. What I mean by block shadows are these, the ones around the red block and the green block and the blue block. Those are just simple shadows. You can tell right away that you're looking at something that I wrote if you see the logo program. There's a few more words down here. These are detagging words. These are words that normally don't come in color forth, and it's kind of odd because you'd think it was something natural to have. The editor is really a specialized dump program. It shows basically nearly everything that's in the block so long as it's tagged properly to be shown by the editor. But if it's not tagged, then we can certainly tag it ourselves with these detag words. I've got a BB word for bye-bye. Now,